Hi, welcome to eSongs for Christmas music. Before we get started, go ahead and grab your music sheet that says Rock Around the Christmas Tree and go ahead and tune your ukulele. So pause the tutorial, take care of that music sheet and tune your ukulele, and then we'll get started in a second. Okay, so you got your music sheet. Let's talk about this for a sec. Okay, I'm going to talk about the following chords: G9, E minor, A minor 7. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is showing you some easier versions for these chords. Now you have the diagrams down here, okay, and you have the diagrams for basically all these chords in the song on your chord chart or your master chord chart. So in other words, you're covered. I just want to show you some easier versions of making the chords. Also, I think the easier versions just sound better. Okay, now what we're going to do is go over them, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the song. First of all, on the second line, it says G9. The G9 that you're going to be playing is based off a G7. So in other words, if you make a G7 chord, just lift off your third finger, off like that, and you got your G9. 1, 2, that's a G9. Okay? G9 chord. 1, 2. Based off a G7 chord, lift off that third finger here, and you got a G9. Next, I'm going to talk about the E minor. E minor on your chord chart at the bottom looks like this. All 4 fingers. Easy way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. First finger, first string, second fret. Next fret, 1 up, then 1 up. Easy. Plus it sounds cool. Sounds good. E minor. This is the easy version. Easy version. You might want to put this in your repertoire. Next, A minor 7. You have a version on your master chord chart. This is even better. All 4 strings open. A minor 7. So in other words, when you play all 4 strings open, that's an A minor 7 chord. Okay? So keep that in mind. Another thing, when I'm playing the song, where you see the C at the end of the phrase, for instance, second line, mistletoe hung where you can see every couple trees to stop. My C is on upbeat. So in other words, mistletoe hung where you can see every couple trees to stop. That's an upbeat right there. Now you don't have to do that, but I do it, so when you see me do it, that's what I'm doing. It just sounds cool to me, so I do that. But you can just do it straight in, that'd be fine. The first version I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to play it straight through and end, and that's basically the short version of how I play the song. Then I'll talk about 2 more versions that you can do to extend it. Okay, I'm going to be doing a basic laid-back medium shuffle / maybe a little country in it, in the strum, not too fast. This is a strum that we teach in our courses, but if you don't know it, just follow me as best as you can with your strum hand. And I'll give a count, and we'll sing. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple trees to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You can get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with balls of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. And I just ended with a stationary thumb strum. Okay, now that's the easy version of doing this song. Another way that you can do it is basically just to repeat the entire song again. So let me take the last line, the very last line where it says everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way, and I'll show what I mean. You're just basically going to go to the top of the song and do it again. Let me show you. Everyone dancing merrily in a new old-fashioned way, rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Okay, as you can see, I just went from the bottom to the top of the song. From the last line, go to the top of the song, repeating the whole song again. Now keep in mind, if you're gonna do that, you have to make sure that the line that you're playing is normally like the lines that you play. So in other words, it doesn't have that extension. So in other words, as I'm singing, if you're gonna end the song, you just kind of draw it out a little. In other words, everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. So you can see how I extended it. If you're gonna go back to the top and repeat it, you don't do that extension. Now, the third version that you can do is when you complete the song once, you're gonna jump back to the bridge and then finish out the song. So the bridge is the middle section where you see you will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, and you're gonna go to the F chord. So let me show you that, and I'll just finish it out. So I'm gonna do the last line, I'm gonna jump to the bridge and then finish out the song. Here we go. Last line. Everyone dancing merrily in a new old-fashioned way. Bridge. You won't get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, let happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Okay, so those are 3 versions of doing the song. You pick the one that you want to do. Most important, make sure that you can do the chord changes before you start the song. And they should be pretty smooth, pretty proficient before you start. The smoother you are, the better you're going to play the song. Okay, so give that a try. Jump back to the beginning of the tutorial and just review whatever parts you need to. And when you're ready to move on, we shall see you then.